Good and safe day, sir. Good and safe day, classmates. Let's move on to another topic, which is online learning under ICT in various content areas. But before I proceed, allow me to introduce myself. I am Eden Grace Verzola, your speaker for this topic, currently taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Social Studies, under SASTA Department, hoping for your participation to this discussion. However, before going to the main topic, I prepared a short game as a part of our warm-up activity. Stand up if, but because we are in the online at the moment, you just do simply click your rising hand up button from your Teams F. First is that, have you ever read an article online? Raise your hand if you already do reading an article online. Come on. Okay, that's it. Now put down your hands and be ready for the next question. Second, have you ever observed picture online? Again, raise your hand if you already do it. Okay, that's it. Again, put your hand down for a while and be ready again for the last question. Have you posted your idea in the chat? Click the raise hand button again if you do it already. Come on. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for your participation in that warm-up activity. As I can observe from the game, that is the reality in which majority of you really do the three different scenario, in which people now, most especially students, deal themselves online just like from the game. You as a student use internet as information source, innovate information, and also information dissemination. Now, let's take a look and dig deeper into the main topic. Let's start it with an introduction. Online learning is a method of education whereby students learn in a fully virtual environment, in which it is first introduced in the year 1990s with the creation of the internet and utilized in online learning, wherein it is also called e-learning, which is most prevalent and mostly used in higher education, that enables students from different geographical areas to engage with an academic institution and other students online and learn at their own pace while working towards a degree or certificate. In short, this is a type or way of learning without seeing or meeting your classmate nor your teacher in person. You just simply learn things in virtual. All of the academic activities and requirements is just simply posted and seen online and under the internet. Additionally, online learning also refers to an internet-based learning environment that can connect students of diverse backgrounds who boast different perspectives. A higher education institute will use a learning management system or LMS to facilitate online learning, which can take the form of asynchronous or synchronous learning. Hence, this type of learning would let people, most especially students, to still connect to each other despite of the distance they are far away with, in which, with the power of internet, it has just like using different online system that would help people from different part of the world having different trees being connected and put together that would let them develop as one. Now, the question is how online learning rises in today's kind of environment or society we have. Online learning has shown significant growth over the last decade as internet and education combined to provide people with the opportunity to gain new skills. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, online learning has become more centric in people's lives. The pandemic has forced schools, universities, and companies to remote working, and this booms the usage of online learning. This online learning is really very helpful in today's kind of society. This is the reason why we students continue to learn amidst the pandemic. COVID-19 is not the hindrance for educational sector to stop on what they are used to do. Rather, there is the internet to still continue what role they have in the society, which they need to fulfill for the betterment of all. What we are doing now is mainly called online learning, in which we can still learn even we are in our own places without interacting each and everyone in person, as we are preventing with the spreading of virus, and that with the help of the internet. Now, what are the types of online learning? First is asynchronous online course. This type of course offering do not take place in real time. Students are provided with content and assignments and are given a time frame to complete coursework and exams. Interaction usually takes place through discussion boards, blogs, and wikis. As a result, there is no class meeting time. Asynchronous online learning environments are effective for students with time constraints or busy schedules. Second is synchronous online course. This type of course offering require the instructor and all enrolled students to interact online simultaneously, just like what we are doing at this moment. Similar in some ways to a webinar, participants interact through text, video, or audio chat. Synchronous learning environments enable students to participate in a course from a distance in real time. Third is hybrid course. It is also known as blended courses. This is learning environment that allow both in-person and online interaction. Typically, hybrid courses meet in person several times during a semester and provide for computer-based communication in between those face-to-face sessions. Fourth is providing continuity. Keeping in touch with students is vital during any changes to your class because of crisis impacting all or part of campus. You may want to let students know about changes in schedules, assignments, procedures, and broader course expectation. Early and frequent communication can ease students' anxiety and save you from becoming overwhelmed with individual questions. Fifth is distributing materials. In the event of an interruption, you may need to provide an updated syllabus that modifies the planned course activities, assignments, content, and due dates. Once you have established clear communication procedures and pathways, you may want to send updated course materials. 6 is creating content. While emailing documents and hosting discussion forums are effective methods to provide continuity, there are a number of recommended tools you can use to create audio or video lectures. 7th is curating content. Many different multimedia resources are available online, so you should not feel the need to create all of the course materials for your students. In the event of an unplanned interruption, you may not have the time to master content creation tools and then create, edit, and post content. 8 is fostering collaboration. Classes are structured as small learning communities, where students have regular and meaningful interactions with their instructors and each other. It is important to ensure that interruptions in the course do not disrupt existing collaborations or prevent the development of meaningful student-centered instruction. 9th is assessing students. Assessing students during course interruption can present several challenges. In the case of written assignments, there are a number of options like document transfer, using of Google Drive, assignment tool, and Blackboard. Students can click a link to upload their work. Documents format requirements. You must have a preferred document format to prevent not opening the document. Deadline flexibility need to be more flexible than usual for the students to become acclimated to the new learning style, tests, and quizzes. Blackboard has test tools built in that you can use to create assessments and providing feedback that would help them how to develop their work with the use of tools like screen capture. 10th is selecting tools. Schools and universities has identified a number of useful tools and guides for putting content online. So now, here are the advantages of online learning. It added flexibility and self-paced learning. Not many people have the ability to take time off from work to commit a full-time graduate program, and others often travel for work. For those who still need to juggle working and going back to school, the flexibility of an online program provides students with the opportunity to learn while still working and growing professionally. It promotes better time management. Juggling work, family, and school isn't an easy thing to do. Employers recognize this and admire the time management skills it takes to balance all the three. Because there are no set classroom times within an online degree program, and students have the flexibility to create their own schedules. It's up to the student to proactively reach out the faculty, complete assignments on time, and plan ahead. It demonstrated self-motivation. By successfully earning your master's degree online, you're demonstrating that you can practice time management and are self-motivated, which are among the top 10 employability skills employers want to see in new hires. By succeeding in earning an online degree, you prove that you can tackle multiple tasks, set priorities, and adapt to changing work conditions. It improved virtual communication and collaboration. Learning to work with others in a virtual environment can make you a more effective leader. You'll develop critical leadership skills by utilizing specialized knowledge, creating efficient processes, and making decisions about best communication practices such as what should be discussed in person or electronically. In an online program, you'll also participate in discussion boards with your classmates, communicate with professors via email, and collaborate through various software programs. As the program progresses, you'll get better at pitching your ideas, making strong, succinct, professional arguments through text. Having a broader global perspective. Students in online programs come from across all over the world. Because of the ability to log on from any location, class discussions features a broader range of perspectives, helping you enhance your own cross-cultural understanding. Students then not only have the opportunity to network with people from around the globe, but can also broaden their perspective and become more culturally aware. It refined critical thinking skills. Online learning facilitates the ability to think critically about what you do every day. The goal in the classroom is to challenge you to think differently, and employers want you to do that. To think critically in your role at work. Mastering this skill is what will set you apart as a student and as an employee. Critical thinking plays a role in any type of education. However, online learning forces you to develop your critical thinking skills in ways that you might not have practiced in an in-person classroom setting. It promotes new technical skills. Your online degree also equates to strong technical skills, a definite plus for any job seeker. As part of your coursework, you will likely need to utilize digital learning materials, get familiar with new tools and software, and troubleshoot common issues. After a program's worth of technical hurdles, big and small, an employer could trust that you are versed in the common collaboration tools, content management system, and basic troubleshooting. If there are advantages, there are also disadvantages, and these are the following. Online learning may create a sense of isolation. Everyone learns in their own manner. Some students possess the ability to work independently, while others find comfort in their community on campus with easy access to professors or their fellow students. The good news is online virtual classroom platforms have been working to bridge those gaps, recreating the feeling of community in the virtual space by producing a series of tools that encourage learners to actively participate in live sessions. Online education must support the social aspect of learning to match the effectiveness of traditional classes. Online learning requires self-discipline. Being part of a community and physically attending classes increases accountability. If a student does not feel they are getting the proper guidance, they must not have enough self-discipline to fully engage in the lessons themselves. Moving to virtual, real-time classes instead of just online courses gives a greater sense of accountability. Tools like live quizzes help assess understanding in real time, while breakout rooms encourage group activity. These tools help foster accountability and keep students engaged. Online learning requires additional training for instructor. Online classes imply an initial learning curve and extra effort on the teacher's behalf to create a successful online course. Instructors need to get a deep understanding of the different approaches to teaching and learning to avoid just replicating the physical class environment and miss out on all the added advantages and tools that e-learning and blended learning have to offer. Of course, instructors also need proper training to tackle the technical aspect of online learning, the use of video and audio recording equipment, virtual classroom and lecture capture software. And of course, the learning management software. The combination of all these new skills represent a steep learning curve for the teacher, but thoughtful investment in proper training will pay off tenfold for the institution, the teacher, and the students alike. Online classes are prone to technical issues. The classes' disadvantages of online learning center around technical problems. Nothing disrupts an online lesson more than audio, video, or connection issues. Many times in the past, students were required to download and or install cumbersome apps or technology that would deliver inconsistent performances. Luckily, nowadays, online classes can be accessed through the click of a link without the need to install anything. Internet connections throughout the world have improved dramatically. Additionally, people's devices have gotten significantly better. Online learning means more screen time. It's pretty much inevitable in 2022, but then do we spend a frightening amount of time in front of screens? Online learning sadly contributes to this problem. Excessive screen time can lead to all sorts of physical ailments like poor posture or headaches. But it can also be a personal issue to students who struggle with learning from or focusing on screens, especially since the internet is geared to distract students with social media and entertainment just a click away from the learning material. The better online learning platforms and software out there have all kinds of tools and features to help students staying attentive and engaged. With those different concepts, we need also to know the basic etiquette in dealing and using internet in online learning. First is be respectful. Be mindful of the words you say and write online to avoid conflict and miscommunication. At the same time, Be careful with your tone as it is easy for written text to be misread and misunderstood. Always respect the opinions of your classmates and professors. After all, respect begets respect. Second is be careful with humor and sarcasm. Are you the type of person who lights up the room with your amusing personality? Let your individuality shine as you deal with your online classes. Keep in mind that expressing humor and sarcasm online is challenging, as can easily be misinterpreted. Make sure that it is clear that you are being funny and not being rude. Use emojis to help you express your sense of humor. Be careful also of the jokes you communicate even in private groups, as this can be screen grabbed and shared with the public. To avoid hurting other people's feelings, refrain from making offensive jokes. Always think twice before you write. Third is embrace professional demeanor and communication. Keep informal in an educational setting. Use proper grammar, spelling, punctuation, and capitalization to appear more professional. This will also make your message readable and understandable. Be mindful of your writing style at all times. Meanwhile, maintain a professional appearance during your online classes to show your dedication. Wear comfortable and appropriate clothes such as t-shirt, polo shirt, and sweatshirts. After all, it is still a professional setting even though you are studying within the comfort of your own home. Your instructors and classmates can likewise still see you during the entire online session. Fourth is provide factual information. In today's digital age, it cannot be denied that the internet provides individuals with a lot of information. This is the reason why you need to use and cite credible sources when sharing information with your classmates and instructors. Stick to official websites that are known for their credibility to avoid spreading misinformation. Fifth and the last is avoid sharing or posting inappropriate material. Do you like expressing yourself online? Hold your horse's body. As much as you want to communicate your thoughts with others, it is best that you think first before posting or sharing something. Always remember that nothing is private on the internet, so you need to be wary of your online behavior. Start embracing professionalism by being mindful of your actions. Refrain from sharing inappropriate and rude materials to establish a good reputation as early as now. Here are the references where I specifically get what information I have been shared and discussed. No copyright intended. That I want to acknowledge and give thanks to the following authors and publishers: Top Hat Glossary, Ilkel Coxal, Kelsey Myler, Sam Thompson, Fordham University Libraries, and STI Academic Center. That's all. Thank you for listening. Keep safe and God bless us all.